All right. Hey guys. So I should give the Empress Royale. I'm just gonna give you a quick reading. Um. um, okay. I don't know. It looks like I'm not being timed this time. So let's see. Let's crowding the reading. Let's see what energies we could pull and what story we could end this night with. We're kind of ending this month off kind of smoothly. I haven't checked the astrological chart, but let's just pull to see what we can come up with. Something, something was hidden. Something, something was like hidden in between. It was like an in between. I'm hearing like a man in the middle, a man in the middle, monkey in the middle. Somebody was like a monkey in the middle. Let's see. Somebody was like a monkey in the middle. I'm hearing something was in the middle. Somebody was in the middle meditating on everything. So we got half to full moon. Embracing high levels of motivation and energy will bring feelings of empowerment and satisfaction. I feel like it's telling somebody to like something is coming into full illumination. Something's about to come into full illumination. Half to full moon. It's like all all people could see and recognize right now is like the darkness, but something is about to come to light. There's something about the turmoil that everybody's feeling that is unseen. So we look at these two cards, we can see that it was some turmoil in the air that was, it seemed dark in the eyes. The communication seems dark, but the love associated with the communication is what's really causing people to have like inner turmoil. So people, it's like situation and things going on in or around people is causing them to really look deeper within themselves and see how their emotions are affected by what they're witnessing. So it's like a collective of individuals are witnessing some harsh realities and having to come to these harsh realities of what is really going on in or around people. People are starting to wake up from that harsh reality and noticing that even though things seem dark now, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. That's the message. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And what's, yeah, I can use this better. Okay, so it's at the top of this is Scorpio. And at the bottom of this deck is the owl. So we have Scorpion energy with the owl. So I'm feeling like people who was in high sexual energies are kind of in their feelings right now because COVID kind of shifted the atmosphere when it comes to the way people can move around. The restrictions the quarantines has people kind of set in place. And now everybody's recognizing like who actually belongs to who, who's where, who's doing what with who. There's a lot of wisdom that has come to light or is about to come to light or has been shedded due to a crisis that has taken place. So a crisis has taken place that had people looking at a wise one in a dark way, but at the same time realizing, knowing deep down how much of the light this person is. So when comparing that to darkness, or how when they're looking at how this person who's going through the crises is responding to the darkness, people are looking at how this person is responding to the darkness, and they're seeing the bigger picture. And behind the picture, when everything comes to full light, all directions point at this scorpionic energy. All fingers point to the scorpionic energy. The bad attitudes, the arguments, it's like they channel their energies into looking like they're physically doing positive things. They make everything look good. They make it seem like they're planting good seeds. But in all reality, they're causing conflict behind the scenes. So it's like you got all of these goody two shoes who people are using their wisdom right now to really highlight the people in their lives who cause turmoil, who cause strife, who act childish, who's only in it for their own selfish gain, who's only in it to fulfill their own ego, for their own satisfaction. When it comes to their duties, when it comes to exercising people's health, when it comes to people's physical well-being, more people are paying attention to their physical well-being because they realize how much they are surrounded by sick individuals. But this realization of being around sick people, they're realizing how much their lives are affected by sick people, or affected by the energy of surrounding themselves around certain individuals, where they cannot let go of their own toxic behavior, but they're understanding where the toxicity is coming from. So now I'm switching decks. And we're going to pull some energies. A lot of people have been having like problem with their teeth and that type of thing. Just go just do a cleansing because there's a lot of ailments that's coming out, impurities that's coming out, that's allowing people to regenerate and restart in a better light, a healthier manner, I should say. So the Scorpio, it could be something about a Scorpio that's on its way to come into light, and they'll be able to let go of the inner turmoil that caused all of these crises, and a situation happened concerning somebody's duties and it caused a crisis. But the reason behind this crisis is about to be exposed. Let's see. Something fell down. it looked like the Ten of Cups. Somebody's Ten of Cups fell down. It's like underneath the water, underneath the bridge, something under the bridge. Somebody's happiness, their, the things that make them feel good in life. Celebrating, life, family, children, home. It's like somebody's whole stability just came crumbling down, like all the way back down to the I wouldn't even say foundation, just crumbled and landed on his face. It landed on like his face down. So somebody's total happiness is just like shattered. Somebody's total happiness has been shattered. Like their dream life has been shattered. Fell on its face. The Ten of Cups and the King of Wands. This King of Wands are supposed to be natural born leaders. But when they're in toxic energy, they're not making logical or practical decisions. They're moving based on their emotions. Because if we sit this here, it's like they battling blue and red. This King of Wands was battling lust in the heart. Their Ten of Cups they thought their Ten of Cups, their emotions would be fulfilled with someone more similar to them and someone like kind of from the same place. But this King of Wands was caught in between something old and something new, something familiar and something foreign. And they turned their back on what was new, what was foreign. It seems like this King of Wands turned their back because the light was too much for this King of Wands to bear at the time. At the time, the King of Wands was going through crises, and they were looking for this like fantasy fairy tale lifestyle that was built in their head. So he didn't know that this was going backwards. He thought going backwards was going to bring light, shed light on, was going to hide. Went backwards because somebody didn't want something exposed about the negative traits. This King of Wands didn't want their negative traits exposed, so they went back to what was familiar. They didn't want, if they would have used their wisdom and understood how their emotions for this new situation was full of light. It had enough light in it for him to cast away all of the problems that were of the past. Because if you look, this card is of the past. This card is of the light. The past have less light than that of the future, and it would have balanced out greatly, because the dark that these people wanted this man to feel about a new beginning was not as dark as they made him feel. So now this King of Wands is looking back at this Ten of Cups, of looking back at what he could have been emotionally fulfilled with. And now this King of Wands is understanding how the darkness that came from the past, going back to the past, is what caused the crisis. He was supposed to fulfill his duty, but there was a conflict in what duties were to be fulfilled. Behind the scenes, the crisis came because this King of Wands, you see it's still red, was in Six of Pentacles energy. He was able to balance out the scales in this situation over here where his heart was. But he chose to still turn his back and breadcrumb this situation. He breadcrumbed the situation as he breadcrumbed the ones he loved and ran towards something that he thought would have gave him emotional fulfillment. So he didn't just breadcrumb one person, he breadcrumbed two people, multiple people, for what he thought was going to be a Ten of Cups with something that was familiar. But the only thing that got out of the ordeal, sickness, came from out of this end, and heartbreak ended up on this end. So from the past situation led to sickness, which caused the new situation to be just a heartbroken, frustrated situation full of jealousy, envy, strife, broken hearts, deception. It's like somebody has somebody in a Three of Wands, like communication was just all off. It was like, you liar, you thief, you this, you took everything. Like, it's just bad energy. There's nothing good to this the crises that has occurred because of not fulfilling duties properly, caused a whole lot of broken hearts. 3 broken hearts. The 3 people that this person loved the most is the ones whose heart got broke. And he's looking at this Ten of Cups like these individuals are sick. So it's like 3 people on this side, 4 people on this side plotted against this King of Wands not being able to give love to these 3 individuals. So somebody was forced to break from a situation because this Ten of Cups that they thought they were going to receive had them caught up in like a mental confliction. It like ended everything for him. But strength came out of this. There was inner strength that came out of this. COVID really had people, because the number 8 came after this. It had people really thinking about their long-term investments, longevity, surviving for the long term, rushing towards quick activities really got nobody nowhere. So somebody had the strength to kind of want to support themselves. This King of Wands had got humbled. King of Wands is like, action. The lion takes actions. But somebody's strength humbled all the bad people in this situation, because 8 could also be like bad luck, and it's like a triple A here, so it's just triple relationships of bad luck.